Hello everyone to all and welcome to episode 2 of our Jank Science Theater Christmas Special. Tonight, first of all, I would like to direct everyone to wish Coldman38 here a happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
My age is finally matching my username.
Hey, congratulations Coldman.
Yay!
You get to enjoy that for a whole year.
Yes.
And now let's also congratulate Coldman on making the terrible decision to come play with us tonight. Trysdyn, what are we gonna play tonight?
So we're going to look into Days Before Christmas here. This is the fourth game on my priority list because somehow across two presenters I had three picks picked out from under me. We all have the same idea, I guess, of what makes for a fun Jank science theater experience, which is cool. So this one, this is a game about demonic Santa. Who doesn't love demonic Santa?
Wait,
Just
what?
some of that. Yeah, it's demonic Santa. Also, this is by Funcom. Yeah, that Funcom. The one who made Anarchy Online. They did some stuff before they went to the MMO and online PC title game. And this is largely based on the We're Back a Dinosaur story engine, which is also Jank. So we're gonna have some fun with this. And yeah, demonic Santa is Krampus, but they don't call it Krampus. It's just demonic Santa here. So I think we're gonna have some fun with this. This is actually a pretty good game, but it's definitely a little jank. Apparently, its development story was it was going to be developed for Christmas one year, and it got pushed back so far that it came out for Christmas the subsequent year.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, that's about it. It's a platformer. You're Santa. There's a demonic Santa you can turn into, and we'll get to have fun with that. Apparently, the story is just an angry snowman destroyed Christmas, and you have to go rescue your elves to have Christmas. I don't know, but I think we're ready to
And
just get it
Santa
away.
went to anime and unlocked the superpowered evil side in the process.
What was that?
And Santa went to anime and unlocked the superpowered evil side in the process.
Maybe.
Alright, I see this game has options and two players. It's two like simultaneous players or one at a time?
Gosh, I don't even know, to be honest, because all I poked at was the single player experience. I think it's going to be hot seat for two player. Because I can't see this doing two players super well.
Yeah,
But
I
go ahead.
started two player and there is just one Santa. Okay.
It's hot seat.
And options. What are the options we have here?
Just difficulty level. If you want to turn up anti-time, that's how long the anti-Santa power-up lasts. Do whatever you want with that. Anti-Santa has benefits and detriments. So, largely, as anti-Santa, you are super powerful, but you don't have a ranged attack, and you can't, like, open presents to rescue elves because you're evil. So, whatever you want. Difficulty, do whatever. I'd probably just leave it at medium.
I'm gonna go hard to see the difference.
Okay.
So you can see the difference actually. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let me start the screen.
And you've got your controls there.
But why are you doing this, OBS? I just want this. What the heck? That. Okay, something strange is going on here. Okay, there we go. That was the wrong option. Sorry, Trysdyn. There is the live cam. As live as you can get, at least. And to everyone else, are you ready to start?
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay
I
then.
was trying to pull up the live stream there while then got distracted.
Alright, if you're ready now, let's start in 3, 2, 1, go! Only days before Christmas, Santa slept in his house. An evil plot was brewing, cooked up by awful laws. The cold and evil snowmen scared all the elves away. Timekeepers stole plans from Santa's house that day. But for the vicious laws, this wasn't bad enough. I'm really gonna show it, I'm gonna play rough! He tore the presents open and on them cast a spell. That's why Santa woke up. Something wasn't well. All his elves had vanished, his presents also gone, and threats were awaiting, surely more than one. Beware the magic potion calling Santa's evil twin, the angry Anti-Claus and his fiend from within. So Anti must be Santa, pick presents all the way, to face the foe so bravely and make it through the day. Go beat the evil bosses who's lurking in the dark, find his leg and reindeer set out to make his mark. Find every stolen present that was unjustly craved. For every kid on the earth, Christmas must be saved. Okay, I like this rhyming exposition.
Yeah, I like the advent calendar thing with the level intro screen too. That's kind of clever.
Same.
Oh, well, what is this crouching?
Oh, I'm
That
already
is
going
so adorable.
anti-Jaws.
You can also look up.
Yeah, so anti-Santa slash Krampus slash whatever is a problem. Like I said, you can't open presents as the anti-Santa, or I don't know. It's just Krampus basically, kind of.
Satan
But
Claus.
Satan Claus, yeah.
Okay,
It's
I
not
see
exactly
that.
Krampus.
I see that hard mode starting me with one life less.
Yeah, maybe that's the only difference. Who knows? There are passwords that you get after 5 levels, I believe. And if I were smart, I would have taken them down from my review of things, but I didn't because I'm I don't think of things sometimes.
Aw.
But honestly, this isn't a bad game. It's got the We're Back a Dinosaur story engine jank to it. The controls are a little slippery, but I don't consider it a bad title.
Also, did I start with less health? I only start with 2 heads.
Yeah, you have less health. Everyone else started with 5, I believe.
I
Yeah,
see.
I mean, I switched it to easy, so...
Ah. So yeah, this was developed by
What?
Funcom, which just baffles me.
Wait, they said that was a potion. I drank coffee. That triggered me.
Yeah,
Lucid.
It's probably cocoa. I mean, cocoa's a potion of types, I guess. It's a chocolate potion. It's tasty. It doesn't turn me into Satan, but
I mean, coffee might drive up someone's anxiety or something.
I don't
So
know.
maybe Santa just can't have caffeine.
It's entirely possible. I know I can get a little edgy if I've had too much caffeine.
Okay, I like the remix of the Christmas music for his transformation.
Yeah, the music is so cool. It's all Christmas themes remixed for the Genesis. There's a SNES version, and I feel like they really just missed the ball on porting the music. So I felt like we needed the Genesis version just for the tunes.
That reminds me, one little bit of trivia that I did know about this game is that, you know, the infamous Gems sound engine that so many Western Genesis devs used. This actually uses that, but it's in the hands of Amiga demo sceners who actually knew what to do with it.
Yeah. The Gens engine is not what you hear from it usually, and what makes it infamous is not what it's capable of doing. when someone who knows what they're doing has it, you can do amazing things with it. Game FAQs has 4 cheat codes for this game. 2 of them are listed as we don't know what they do.
Oh my god, I discovered the most amazing
Yeah,
tech.
you can move while crouching. You have a different crouch animation as Anti-Santa too.
Yeah, he hides the bag. Like you can crouch, crawl normally like this, but if you jump and hold like diagonal, you go at full
Nice.
speed.
You get the Journey to Silius movement, Jank. That's great. So my question is, can you end up squeaking forward at an extremely low speed if you're barely moving forward when you do that jump crouch?
No, you go normal.
Kind of.
So this is like normal speed,
Yeah.
but like if I do barely movement,
Yeah, you move faster, but not full speed.
yeah,
It's
just
weird.
get a little bit of speed and vroom.
Yep. Mooware's on the level where you can just like get sent through a present wrapping machine and end up as a present for a little bit.
Yeah, that looks like the intended way.
Uh-huh.
Couldn't jump over it.
Slow.
We skip straight to Boxing Day.
Oh, whoa.
That is so cute. I like the penguins in this game too, but I like any game that has penguins.
Hey. Fair opinion to have. I think everyone likes them.
Who doesn't like penguins?
What? Okay, that was unexpected.
You found the background. Unfortunately, the background is not a platform.
Oh, it's one of those
Aw.
games.
It can be.
Yeah, I just went through the
The only issue of crouch dashing is that you have to actually take the animation of crawling back up, standing back up. This is my cue to once again promote my annual local geek convention, PenguinCon.
So let's see a little bit of continuing the lore on this. The version that we're playing here, the PAL version, which is really the only one that was released. Sega Mega Drive PAL version of the game was only released in Australia. The reasons for this are unknown. Even in Australia, the game had a very limited print run, so it's not very well known, and it's pretty hard to acquire in hardware form. Pretty rare. Again, the game took about a year to develop, was originally targeted for, let's see if I can find it.
Which does get hurt with spikes.
It was originally targeted for Christmas '93, but it took so long it got pushed back to Christmas '94. So this is a pretty mid to late Mega Drive title.
No, I want to get the present! Oh.
And that's a boss.
It's ported to the SNES and released in Europe and Australia, but the SNES port, I feel, just misses the crunchy tunes, you know? This was one of Funcom's first titles. So, after that, they basically went on to do MMOs.
No Christmas MMOs though?
No Christmas MMOs that I'm aware of, no.
Aw.
Bitch.
I like the little pose he does when you hit the jump button in midair.
Oh,
Like, I'm not sure if that actually does anything. But
One thing I noticed was that the ducking animation is different when you're anti-claws, and he just collapses into his bag.
okay. The second pose that Santa doesn't jump is a Darkwing Duck butt bounce.
Amazing. You have you ever been Santa and butt bounced on a penguin? I don't think any of us ever have. This is a new experience. I consider this game to be pretty good. Out of the 4 or 5 games I had prepared for our little theme exhibition this weekend, this is probably the best one I was going to give out. I would give it a solid 3 out of 5.
Nice.
Maybe even a
I can
4,
see
3.5. It's pretty good. The only complaint I have is that sometimes you can't tell what's foreground and what's background, and sometimes the controls are a little slippery. Codeman is on a boss, and mooware is just past the auto-scrolling level that occurs every batch of levels and has a password.
That seems to be the level order. It's a few normal stages, boss, and then spread some presents.
Yep, exactly.
And in the presents level, do you have a limited count of presents based on what you collected previously?
I don't think so. I think it's just you roll on and do what you do.
Because you do have a present counter at least in the normal stages.
Yeah, I didn't see if it goes down when you distribute presents. I will be honest. My overview of this was pretty short because I didn't expect to get here in my priority list of what I handed out.
Yeah, I guess there's only a limited selection of Christmas games when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, someone in the Discord was saying they had 9 that they knew about, and like, okay. I mean, I had 10 I was aware of, but 5 that I knew well enough to hand out. And this is number 4.
yeah, there is at least one other Christmas game that I was looking at that I might give out next year. I thought about giving it out, but it probably would have taken the whole hour, and I really wanted to make people play the Santa Claus 3 like I had to.
Okay, I'm watching Codeman, and yes, your presents are limited based on how many you picked up in the prior levels.
Oh,
So that's kind of cool.
But you don't really need that many, so
No.
probably a non-issue.
There's always elf bowling. Elf bowling was a thing in my childhood, as I date myself. Back in the day where just like a completely independently developed PC game was kind of... that you could just get on the internet was kind of a big deal. Like, hey, here's this thing, it's cute, it went viral, and everyone knew about it. And then there's games that just take place at Christmas time. Yeah, about those. Okay, but Die Hard, Christmas game or not?
I'll abstain from answering that question.
I refuse to enter on the basis that everyone has run that into the ground so thoroughly that I just do not care whether it's Christmas or not anymore.
I don't know about the games, but I've watched Die Hard movies these last few Christmases.
Snatcher is a Christmas game, so is Parasite Eve.
Oh, that's a hot take, Choco. That's like when people argue what a sandwich is, I drop in the hot take of, okay, but the true, like, brain-exploding thing is that a Pop-Tart is a ravioli, and that derails the conversation. I gotta remember that. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Okay, but is Parasite Eve a Christmas game? That's the bigger conversation here.
This time was actual death.
Yep. Yakuza 1 is a Christmas game? Amy, please.
well, I lost my life, but I kept all my hats.
At least one good thing with this game is that the elves aren't constantly killing you when you run into them. Oh, but this has got a rising...
Or stealing all your crap, that too.
The fish had a
and
presence there.
This is the water level is rising there, and that
Wait
the
a
water
second.
is deathly, more importantly.
Yeah, the water is death, but only at a certain level. It's like Soten water, where it will only hurt you at a certain depth. Like, Alucard can walk around in knee-deep water fine, but once it gets up to his waist, he starts taking damage. Except damage here is Santa just dies. The slightly slippery controls are going to prove to be a bit of a pain here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, the fish are dropping presents. I'm mad that I can't get to them. Oh, hi! Getting a little hot here, huh?
This game has quite a few kinda blind jumps where you don't quite see what's coming, and maybe there's a platform just in reach.
Yeah.
Or an elevator coming in from out of bounds somewhere.
Oh my god, this boss music is awesome!
The music in this is amazing. Like, legit strongest point of the game. I love it. I was originally going to hand out the SNES version because I wasn't aware the Genesis port existed because of how limited its distribution was and how rare it is. And while doing, like, my usual practice for researching these games is I'll play enough of it to get an idea of how it plays and how far people will probably get in an hour, and then I'll watch the rest of it in a long play. And while doing that, I came across the Genesis playthrough, and I'm like, holy heck, the music's amazing in the Genesis port. So I had to start the process over. But that gets us these sick tunes. So, you know, enjoy that.
Okay, since Santa doesn't mind smoke, as I'm like running very close to these chimneys.
I can't wait to bomb some Santas! Wait, no.
Oh. I took a second there. Oh, whoops. Is that one?
Oh, this is...
Oh, the English balloon killed me.
We've got a pretty hot fan theory developing in chat that Santa is actually a vampire because water destroys him and he can only leave the North Pole at night.
Yeah, this is definitely the same sound team that did that We're Back a Dinosaur story game. Like, it's got that same musical style.
However, does Santa only enter houses where he's invited?
I mean, if the people are expecting him to come, like children are expecting him to come, then...
I mean, if you write a wish list for Santa, that's basically an invitation.
Yeah.
Or if you put up milk and cookies.
Thinking. This is a horrible theory that Santa may actually be a vampire. Huh. Frosty is a lich and has D&D stats. Yeah, I can buy that. Santa can't be a vampire. Okay, let's develop this. Why can't Santa be a vampire? He crosses bodies of water. Yeah, okay, but is there a vertical boundary to how far up you can be to cross a body of water? Because he does it on a reindeer in a sleigh at like 10,000 feet.
Okay, now we're going before the flood here. And he's at least stepping in knee-high water. What are these snorkel rats?
What is with this
Oh
guy
my
made
god!
out entirely of
Oh my god,
electricity?
the butt balls of Anti-Santa. He's so
The
angry.
guy that Codeman just defeated, made entirely out of electricity, is every newbie NES player in Smash. Otherwise, I don't know.
Oh, moving platforms. I almost didn't see that. Wait a sec! Oh my god, the water is rising.
Oh no!
That's what I said. Yeah.
Run, June, run!
Hey, what's with the hearts in this level? Did this suddenly become a Valentine's Day game when I wasn't looking?
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, clearly this is what happens when the holiday lands from Nightmare Before Christmas start to intersect.
Mm-hmm.
I just presume
No!
this was what
No!
happens when,
Oh, jerk
commercialized
platform.
Christmas- when commercialized Christmas grows so out of control, Christmas starts in February. Because we're down to what, September now? Give me a break.
I'm not quite sure what this boss is. Is it like a big chocolate coin or maybe like a clock or so? Oh, it's a clock. Looks like an alarm clock now.
Yeah, it's a stopwatch, or it's a watch or something.
I'm back. Oh, they gave me a life right afterwards. It's like they knew.
So Frosty is not only a lich, he's a siren lich. Pied Piper lich, yeah.
Why does the wood factory have a wood treadmill? Like, totally made of wood.
You know, I used to speedrun Cool Spot, which was a bad life decision, but this entire area has, like, back-to-the-wall vibes to me. The set of levels that are inside the wall of a house, and...
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
The
yeah.
only thing are the mice in pajamas, which were amazing.
I used to love that game as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
Until you decide to speedrun it.
And I still loved it while speedrunning it until someone discovered that you could break the entire game and just clip through walls, and then it stopped being fun for me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trysdyn.
So in general, how do you all feel about the anti-Santa power-up? Is it a benefit or a detriment?
It
What
is
the-
both at the same time.
What are the disadvantages?
Look at this stomp. Look at this stomp animation. It's so good.
He's just so angry. They call it anti-Santa, though. I don't know why they didn't just say Krampus. Maybe they didn't know about Krampus.
Is Krampus a thing in Norway? Is like I mean,
It's a
that's
thing
where-
where I live, and Krampus isn't really like Bad Santa. It's more like a hairy monster.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing.
I'm sure they maybe they wanted to call him Satan Claus, but Nintendo and Sega's standards and practices wouldn't allow them to.
Oh, Sega didn't give a crap.
That's a different game, isn't it? I remember some game calling Bad Santa Satan Claus.
I'm sure someone's done it. Yeah, Satan. No, Santa just becomes a red Oni. It's no big deal.
Oh, that bumper there.
No!
Is,
I was greedy. I tried to put your mouse on the wall.
what are these weird cave rock golem creatures? And like, you can't kill them while they're in rock mode. what are any of these enemies? Like, is that Pac-Man?
I think this area is just supposed to be like... I don't know.
Yeah, that thing there is a bumper that sends you back to the last platform, which is a pain because of the jumping in this game.
Tank. Why is there a tank here?
Yeah, that's a good question.
There was a
Hope you
tank
don't
in
use
Santa
this
Claus.
toilet.
It's supposed to be a toy, I guess. You know how...
That still doesn't explain why it's in this cave, though.
Because the toys were all stolen and strewn around. I don't know.
Actually, that's not Pac-Man. That's like one of those Troggles from Number Munchers.
Yeah. I've been watching Number Munchers speedruns lately, and that's an experience.
Same.
I love that that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Can you all explain what Number Munchers is to me?
It's an educational game where you have like these math problems that are shown, and you have to go around like eating them on like a Pac-Man style board.
Yeah, so you have a 2D grid of numbers, and you have a math problem at the top of the screen, and enemies are moving around on the grid, and you have to eat every number that solves the problem. And then the enemies are trying to kill you at the same time.
Yeah, there was a run of it at a Power Up with Pride.
Yeah. Yeah, Arborelia did that, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. I've seen a version of that, of Number Munchers someone did. It was like a Flash game that's just normal Number Munchers, and all of the problems are calculus and statistics.
Oh my god! Open present, open! Why won't you open, damn it?
Fun, game over.
It's
And
the
password.
pixel art font from Number Munchers, but has to have like hand-drawn characters for Sigma and Limit and everything, and it's just, oh my god, this is awful. I don't remember what it was. I saw it so long ago, and I looked at it, blinked twice, and said, that's terrible, and moved on with my life. And was perfectly happy not remembering
This
it
is like
until this
the-
very moment.
This high score screen has the worst letter ordering, where you have to scroll through like all of these numbers and symbols before you get to the letters. Yeah, let me...
There's these wires here, and I think I'm supposed to climb them, but I just can't do it. Doesn't grab
What?
on. Ah, there we go.
Okay, that's good. I didn't have to enter the password again. It just let me continue. That's
Cool.
a good quality of life thing.
Let me get you, Jack. Oh, he's totally invulnerable when he's in the box.
Maybe that...
Actually, I think no, that was some sort of continue and not like because the password would have sent me way back to the right after the first boss. Huh. Ah!
I think the electric thing is actually the spirit of Christmas, and it's mad at you.
Oh. Now I gotta see if I can find a manual to this to see if it like names all of these enemies or.
I don't know what that is.
Oh!
Looking at this enemy and nope. Gonna try not to think about that one.
About what?
The enemy the thing is the giant face that's open
Oh.
real wide at the end of the conveyor belts.
And it punches you from at the back of its throat.
I mean...
Wait.
I've seen worse. It's fine.
It's like, yeah, I've definitely seen worse, but I wasn't expecting it in this game.
Okay.
For some reason.
Why am
I mean, your choices at that point are you get punched by a boxing glove in the back of the throat, or this suddenly becomes a vor stream, and I don't think we want either one.
Yeah. What is the what is that? The thing that's flying around, like I can't even tell what it is.
Oh.
Oh my god, Lark.
Anti-Santa doesn't trigger presents from the defeated enemies.
Yeah, that's what we were saying is the disadvantage of him.
I thought he couldn't open them, not can't spawn them. Realize that now.
Oh. Wow. Okay, yeah, I thought you were just talking about opening it.
Yeah, same.
For some reason, at some point, remixing the opening of Soten became a meme, and there's just some amazing takes on it. That's one of the better ones I've seen.
Wait, who said vor stream?
Well, Plute, I'm commentating, so you know I have to say at least one inappropriate thing. It's a marvel to me that I didn't get fired from Cuso Grande, like, in the time I was commentating for them. It's a marvel you all put up with me.
I mean, if you give us the games.
I see. I keep providing the games, and you'll just kind of put up with my shenanigans.
I'm used to Retro Pals Mascot Fridays, okay?
Yeah, their shenanigans are so much worse than yours. We're good.
Is this just saying I should step my game up?
It's like, it feels like 4 is a joke on every one of their Mascot Friday streams at some point.
Probably.
The Timekeeper. Oh, that was actually a platform. Let's hedge crouch. Whee!
Codeman in the process of ruining a watch's day. I don't know why, but the game makes you do it. It's part of the story. The watch was part of the plans to ruin Christmas. Unfortunately, the lore is very shallow as to motivations and character of the watch.
Okay, but the music is still a ball. That's what matters.
Yep.
Do you want to calm down or something? What the How should I
The
damage
game
him?
has multiple antagonists. There's not like a main antagonist that caused everything. It's more a coalition of Christmas badniks. Oh, I'm the antagonist, okay. I mean, I'm not much for Christmas myself, but I don't seek to destroy it. I tend to stream for 12 hours
okay.
on Christmas for people who don't have places to hang out with, and then I celebrate my Christmas on Yule. Christmas is a raid night. Wow. See, I have so many like negative things attached to the concept of raid night for various reasons that my first reaction was, oh, I'm so sorry, and then I remembered you actually enjoy raiding.
Timekeeper, would you please move along?
Timekeeper has learned not put up with your shenanigans.
Okay, there we go. Oh no! Okay, we done. Wait, the power slide, please. Power slide from all the way back there. Back there.
Yeah, one thing in these snow levels is how, like, the
There we
surface of
go.
the snowbank is not where you expect it to be.
There's... So I don't know how visible it is on, like, the actual
Oh, I
gameplay
can see
screen.
it now. Okay, yeah.
There's, like, dots that tell you where the contour is, and I think that's
Why-
really neat, because it's
Why
really
are
discreet.
satellites flying so
Really
low to
visible.
these houses?
Yeah, it's like I didn't even notice those dots till you mentioned them, and it's like, yeah, that's really cool.
That is really cool. They probably could have afforded to do something a little more visible, but like, I know a lot of games that do this hitbox for the contour of the surface and then the actual visible contour of the surface are different thing. Cool Spot does that a lot due to the engine they use, and it's counterintuitive if you don't know the level already, but
Let me
having
guess,
a
there's gonna be
clean line there is neat.
Let me guess, there's gonna be another bad game with a bear here. Like, what is sleeping in that cave?
The cave is sleeping.
Oh.
Can I pet the cave?
Does the cave bite?
I think the thing that would make this game a 10 out of 10 for me is if the bear from Fat Bear Week rolled out of that cave.
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh. That's a friendly bear.
It totally is. That is a rat ghost.
Okay, who's there?
This is like too many disappearing platforms.
Uh-huh. Like, there's a point where you've showcased mastery of the mechanic, please end it, because anything that happens after this is just because of tedium, you know? Oh no!
Ah, masterful fish jump.
Is there anything that says I am a static object that does damage better than a potted cactus? We just saw a potted cactus on Mooware's screen, and like, for me, that just instantly tells me I do damage. There's no ambiguity.
Ooh, oh, I almost didn't see the cloud. Hey, the clouds are helpful this time around instead of taking all my presents.
Yeah, and then there's games where you can stand on the cacti, but no, if there's a cactus, it should do damage. Period. Like, I would trust a cactus to hurt me more than I would trust a spike. I'm not even kidding.
Interesting how they hit this checkpoint here in the corner somewhere. Not on the path through the level, but somewhere off. Like it's a hidden bonus.
Yeah, you could probably do some Death Warp shenanigans there.
Power slide!
The amazing power slide into the finish, yes.
Okay, I thought by the preview there that you were
Wow, the
finishing
wombo
off.
combo. Oh. I love that enemy though. It's like a hat stand, but it has boxing gloves.
Yeah, that's a good design.
That is an amazing design, and also the fact that it just yeeted you straight into a cactus.
Oh!
I think I'm skipping
Yeah, I
like boxes
realized
now. I
right-
have 115 of them.
Like, I realized right after falling through that hole in the floor that was a hole in the floor.
My partner used to keep a cactus on his desk. It turns out that's a pretty bad place to put a cactus. Ouch.
Ow.
Oh
Yikes.
yeah. I can't keep anything potentially damaging on my desk because I fidget with anything I can reach. And like, I don't even look or think about what I'm grabbing to fidget with. So I basically have to me-proof my entire desk area.
Kids these days, they don't know what are instant death spikes.
My fidget object of choice over time ended up being, it's the
God, where
handle
does this
of a
elevator
butterfly knife, but it's a comb for the blade instead of a blade. So...
Got Samus Stress Morph Ball on my desk. Lark! How can I get one of those?
That sounds great.
I used to know someone who had a stress ball that was a Caco demon from Doom. I want one, but I can't find one.
Wait, so it's a gear that comes out of that box that hurts you, but you can't destroy it in any way.
Yep. Enjoy that.
Oh no, I thought that was a passage. We could grab onto that.
That's a big red.
Yeah, can
That
I
one's
grab
pretty-
onto those ropes up there? Or ropes
Yeah, you
looking?
can. You just have to
Yeah.
do really exactly the placement, and then you have to push up.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Where
And
do I
also
go
the
now?
hooks. For the hooks, I think you just stand on them. You don't grab them.
Welcome to obligatory 10-ton weight.
Oh serious, where do I go now? I think I've been on every side, on every floor.
That is a rat that is really happy to have a breadstick from Olive Garden. Oh, wait, no, it's a baseball bat.
I can't but bounce the cogs. Darkwing Duck would
Like,
have done it.
If it was a breadstick, I wouldn't be able to blame them because, like, Italian restaurant breadsticks are amazing, but nah, it's not breadstick.
Oh! I had to land on the hook, okay. I posted the link to the Morph Butch on the Discord. What Morph Butch?
I think Santa's throwing some kind of magical dust, and you can upgrade it to some kind of fire attack. In the splash screen for the second level, it looks like he's throwing a Hadouken.
Well, it's important. I'm pretty sure there is a Santa with the ability to fire Hadoukens in Mugen somewhere in, like, Salty Bet.
Wasn't there a Santa in one of the Clay Fighter games?
I think you're right.
Maybe this is just what Ryu from Street Fighter does after he gives up street fighting.
Go home and be a family man. I'm gonna be Santa Claus. Right, Mr. Frosty.
There's a dog on a rocket.
Yeah.
Not even an owner with a leash or something, just the dog.
Would you want to be on the end of that leash? Dog on a rocket? I wouldn't want to be.
I mean, you can just let your dog go out unsupervised.
Oh, okay. The Santa from this game is in Mugen, which probably means he's in Salty Bat too. Okay. There's at least a character for it. Which, I mean, there's a Mugen character for everything, so... There's a Mugen character for Bokosuka Wars, which just amazes me. It's just, you run into an enemy and it flips a coin and either you or the enemy gets KO'd instantly, which is peak Bokosuka Wars.
Oh, I need a anti-Santa to break these goals.
I love the just... So I feel
need
like
it.
that is a weird take on the yokai that's just a wall.
Oh.
Because it's just there and it like emits bricks at you, and I can't even theorize what other inspiration it may have. Oh, what is the name of that?
There we go. Right.
Nurikabe, that's what it was.
A foot! Oh, now we have a anti-Santa picture. There's a carpet ride. There's a cave and there's a carpet. We're totally the Cave of Wonders.
Smite is never gonna have Jesus. The developers already put that in stone, and I don't blame them.
Ah! I didn't see you, trampoline.
The level themes are also repeating kinda reliably.
Yeah.
There's this short snow level where you just drop into the cave, and then there's a cave. Now I'm in the basement again.
Yep, I'm in another wood factory level.
Wait a second. Ow. Crouch climb is not effective.
I wonder if this game does the cool spot thing where you go through a series of tile sets and then you go through it in reverse to do the back half of the game. I'm not entirely certain on that. I didn't notice that pattern when I watched a playthrough of this.
I just went in a loop and, due to my poor sense of direction, didn't realize that I had just gone in a loop.
Get it there, please. Oh, I actually can make that jump.
I mean, I only go in loops in games like that, all the time, so don't feel bad.
I like how Codeman slipped off the magic carpet and fell and just went, heck it, I'm gonna walk straight up the mountain.
Yeah, I was surprised
Oh,
that
we're
worked, to
meeting
be honest.
Laos! Finally meeting Laos, the first one that did things. Oh, look at this evil picture. Look at these evil eyebrows.
That mouse is angry. So the area Codeman is in reminds me of Iron Sword, for some reason.
Oh crap, the water's rising while I'm running through it.
Just like the Wizards and Warriors engine and being able to walk up really steep inclines and being in a mostly dark subterranean area.
Oh my god,
Reminds me of Wizards
there's
and
mouse
Warriors.
roaches.
Santa's house.
I can't bring the magic of Christmas to the to the ghost mice.
They've had their last Christmas already.
Oh, that's sad. It's like, you can celebrate Christmas if you're a ghost. That's still valid.
Mm-hmm.
The first time this game that a lever appears. Wow.
I do like it when games introduce new mechanics like later on, so it doesn't get stale. That's kind of a small one.
Levers are the kind of thing that you expect to be so basic that you're gonna use them. You just use like starting from early on.
Have there been any Christmas Carol games? I have a vague memory, and it could just be a fake one that my brain made up, of Macaw 45 playing a Christmas Carol game that handled a lot like a LucasArts point and click.
Hey, guitar.
Gosh, I gotta see now. There is apparently a Christmas Carol game for the DS. Ugh. That can't be good.
So you're saying it goes on the list for next year?
Maybe. And then there's a really bad looking PC one.
I always like when they've got levers and it's like not clear what it actually affected in the level.
Although on this one, I'll give the game credit that it has like a sort of chimney lock that you can find early on. I totally guess that it would be for that lock.
Ah, oh right.
The what is the knockoff PC Guitar Hero? Clone Hero, but all Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I remember, like, speaking of Guitar Hero clones on PC, I remember playing one, like, way back in 2008. It was called, like, Frets on Fire.
Yeah, Frets on Fire. That's still around.
I see I'm also playing a Halloween game now.
Yeah, the much worse version of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Cis-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh!
Grown.
Yeah, that's the Statue of Liberty. Surrounded by flying footballs.
Oh, you're over USA already. Wow. Made some progress. I think you're in like the final animation of the game.
Yeah, it's the second to last stage.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I wonder if is the next one a boss? Let's see. So I did play this the SNES version last year for Christmas.
Okay.
I don't really remember any details, but I looked up how long it took me, and it took me a bit over an hour.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. This isn't a race, and you know, we get to see all of the content. It's all good.
Yeah, there we are. Before. Missed the
Okay,
weather.
I can't get Wombo Combo past the first one.
The weather is
Please
trying to
have
run.
help. There we go. Thank you.
Oh my god, what is this?
Oh, I can jump. Okay.
Oh, this is jank.
Oh, that's it. That was easy.
I had like
There we
the
go.
punching bag guys just punch you straight into a cactus.
Well, mooware finished the game.
Congratulations, mooware. You're free earlier.
Now Christmas has been saved and all the kids around the world have received their presents, so Santa, his reindeer and all the elves may rest until next year and next Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you. And
Santa is comf right there.
what's
He-
that over Santa? Is that like a trophy or is there really a reindeer standing there?
That is a reindeer sneaking up behind his chair and giving him the serious, like, bedroom eyes, and I'm a little horrified. But Santa's vibing. He's maximum comf.
I imagine I have to drop this on someone. Oh, hello! Ow.
Oh yeah, so June got to the rat with the breadstick.
How if I'm going forward or backward in this level because like
Huh! It
I'm not
doesn't
gonna
do
read
collision
what Mark
damage.
said, but I appreciate it.
Why are you so slower than the rat when you move that way? Ah! Bam! I got your combo. No, he has to walk all the way. Be carried all the way over there. Man, is that like a crushing sound that is making? I'm actually crushing his skull? Wow.
He's fine, don't worry about it.
Best regards to Skynet. What's going on there?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's causing enough brain trauma that he's like paralyzed for a few seconds. Oh my god, I killed myself! What the
Oh no! So Funcom did go on to make the Secret World, so they're no stranger to conspiracy theories. At least maybe they're thanking Skynet for a reason that maybe we should be a little concerned about.
So I just have to say I like this
I
elf
wasn't
who's
hurting
now.
him. He was actually frozen for a reason. I have to hit him now. Okay.
So I like this elf who's just sort of stuck walking across this tiny little platform forever. Like yeah, I'm gonna go save Christmas. I'm not gonna take you with me or anything. I don't know that you can find your way back to the North Pole. I guess you're just gonna be stuck on this platform for the rest of your life. But enjoy.
There we go.
I love the hat racks, I swear. The coat rack. They're amazing. Best enemy in the game.
yes.
Especially this cheeky one that's in
Oh.
the perfect position to punch you into the
You're
cactus.
going to food.
Yes, I was just talking about this a little while ago, but couldn't remember the word hat rack and described them as punching bag guys because
What are those jetpack things? A rocket attached rats?
They're dogs with a rocket strapped to them.
Okay. Thanks, Japan.
Christmas Doom mod sounds like a heck of an experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we're down into like the last minute here. I mean, what are opinions on this?
I'm having fun.
Yeah,
like,
same.
It's definitely got some jank, but it's enjoyable jank. It's a lot like that autofence game that I gave out.
I went and finished that.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I decided to go finish it. It was fun.
It's also fun. I'm gonna save state here.
I played the translation patch that drops an F-bomb in the final cutscene, but
Yeah, okay, I'm glad I did. I realized the translation patch was janky, but I didn't realize it was quite that janky.
yeah, the final quatrain just shoehorns in this inappropriate I think it was an F-bomb. It may have been something else, but it was definitely one of the 7 words you're not supposed to say.
And time's up. We're all free now, although Mooware was already free. So, hey Coldman, I hope you enjoyed your birthday with us.
Yeah, at least I got a good present out of it, and not something that was completely unplayable.
Yeah, it's a combination birthday Christmas present. I didn't give you absolute trash.
I always get Christmas birthday presents. It's like everything just kind of gets combined into a single list.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, I know that feeling.
Alright, since we all gave our opinions about this game, very good. We shall be taking a break now, about 15 minutes. If anyone is watching and hasn't joined our Discord server to be able to join us as a Jake scientist and either play or give us games, someone posted the Discord link, thank you. And remember to follow us on Twitter for updates on new programming that we're cooking up. And with that, time for the breaks. See you all in a bit.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.